Okay, so we're here with Jeanetta, and she's going to tell us a little bit about herself and her working background, and she is our designer spotlight for this week. So if you'd just like to introduce yourself.
Yes, hi. Hi, thanks for having me. Hi, I'm Jeanetta Gonzales, and I live in Los Angeles. I'm a licensed artist, a graphic designer, and I'm a coach for artists.
Wonderful. Could you tell us a little bit more about the coaching that you do?
Oh, absolutely. I do lots of different things with artists. One thing I do offer is creativity coaching, and that's coaching for artists who are in a creative rut, who are feeling like their creative tank might be empty or they're just not inspired anymore. So I help work with them to uncover their creative blocks, to release them, and to also just get them excited about making art again.
Cool. It sounds like a lot of people I know could use that.
Yeah, it happens constantly. I mean, even, everybody gets in a creative rut, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but this is really for people who are really just kind of frustrated and they just want to know how to get excited again and find that passion again and start making art that they're really proud of. So I help them do that. And before long, they're making the art that they love and they're just really excited again. Yeah. And then other things I have been working with artists is more or less for accountability, for guidance, whether they're surface pattern designers who need assistance in their careers and need critiques and need guidance and structure. I can help them with that. Or if they're just getting back into the industry again and they're not quite sure where to start, I've been working with people and kind of structuring their time and maybe a 3 or 6 month plan to get them back out there. And then I've been working with artists too and like getting ready for trade shows and also just keeping people accountable because I know as artists we get all excited about our work and we might lose track of time. We're like, oh no, I have a deadline, or no, I need to finish this by now. So I kind of just, I'm there to like make sure they're hitting all those marks and they're getting through their work and making the progress they need. So, yeah.
So if you could meet your 10 years younger self, what advice would you give yourself?
I have a lot of advice for myself. I would say even beyond 10 years, I think, I would definitely tell myself to not listen to other people and what they think is best for you. I know especially, in our creative careers, we might feel a little like, oh, should I be doing this? And what's the purpose? My purpose and I want to just put my art out into the world, but I got to pay the bills, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, how do you balance that? How do you find that place in the middle where you can do both? And sometimes you just have to take the survival jobs. And I know I did a lot of that. I just really didn't listen to my heart. And I listened to what everyone else is telling me. You need to do this. You need to be responsible. You need it, But the people who are telling me this generally aren't creative types. Who really don't understand that, right? So I think now going back, I'd be like, I'd analyze that a little bit better. And I'd break that down a little bit more and be like, okay, Jeanetta, get a hold of yourself. Like, you can do this. This is very possible, the things you want in your life. And just kind of restructure that and go for it. And I think not get distracted by all the other stuff that I'm hearing.
Yeah. I think that's really key what you said. A lot of the time the people who are giving you this advice, they're not creative people and they're not in that industry. So I think being in groups like the Heart to Art group that we've got going and other groups that we've got on Facebook, it's nice to be surrounded by people who understand.
Yes. It's all about having that community, that support around you of like-minded people, right? Like we thrive when we're around other creatives. We can bounce ideas off one another. They understand where you're coming from. We can have great conversations like we're having now. You can't really do that so much when someone does not have those creative interests. So you can, but it's not the same as we know. So yes, definitely surround. And I needed to surround myself with more creative types. I think that's another thing I would tell myself, to find a community. I was taking classes and that was nurturing that. But outside of the classes, there wasn't anything else. So besides like maybe the people I was working with, but I was more of a graphic designer then. I wasn't really painting and doing the other things. So yeah, I think find the community and, really follow my heart. Follow my heart.
Good answer. Okay. So when you're stuck or in a design rut, how do you get yourself back on track?
Yes, I actually just did a Periscope about this because this is something I've been helping people with. And I actually have a pretty short, like 2-3 step answer to this. And it's actually easier than you think it would be. Basically, when you're starting to feel overwhelmed or anxiety, or you're just in a rut and you're just like, I can't work through this project, I don't know where to start, or I'm stuck, whatever it is, just remove yourself from the situation. Just basically say, I'm not going to push through the pain right now because it's just going to end up an ugly mess, right? Yeah. So just stop, take that big old breath, and just be like, okay, I'm going to just go somewhere and clear my head for a little while, because you really can't, you're going to spiral out. I'm sorry if you hear sirens in my neighborhood right now. Anyway, I'll try to talk over that. So basically remove yourself from that situation, right? And get yourself in a situation, a better situation. So now I'm frustrated, I'm over it, I'm going to be like, okay, take my big old breath, and maybe 3 or 4 or 5, whatever I need, remove myself from my desk, and I'm just going to go do something completely different, like just veg out, or go have fun, or go play, or whatever it is you need to do. Play is probably the best thing you can do, because it's the complete opposite. It's the opposite response from where your brain is in right now. So if you can, and it will elevate your mood, it will raise your vibration, you will be absolutely happier when you come back to your desk. So it is a big switch, and it's something you have to practice, but maybe you can ease yourself into it. So maybe you sit on the couch and you watch like 5 minutes of reality TV, and you're like, okay, I'm forgetting about my issue right now. Let me get up from here, now that I'm kind of like in a neutral zone, and go do something fun for 10 minutes. And that could be playing with your dog, your kids, making art, for fun, like whatever it is that like gets you like, happy again. Putting some great music on and taking like a 5-minute dance break. I have to say dance breaks do work. And I mean, talk about raising your energy levels. Yeah. Like that will work in a heartbeat. So do something like that. Do the opposite of where you're at, and you'll be surprised how quickly you'll snap out of it. Yeah. And then that's when the inspiration kicks in, right? The creativity kicks in when you're having fun. So at that point, you can kind of just scrap everything that happened in your brain and in your mind, and that just like happened like 15-20 minutes ago. Get to a better place, and then come back to your work, and just approach it differently. You have a clearer head, and you'll be like, okay, I can do this. So do that and try that.
Okay, good tips. Okay. And what are your favorite design tools?
For design, I would say my Photoshop. I kind of can't live without it. And my Wacom tablet and the stylus pen that it comes with, because I can't draw with the mouse anymore. It's been many years of using that thing, and oh my goodness, if I had to draw with the mouse, it would be awful. So I definitely can't live without that. And I would say I love brush pens. So any kind of like brush pen, preferably black or a darker color. I can do lettering with that. I can draw with that. You can get a lot accomplished. So that would be my 3.
So I've seen quite a few of your periscopes where you'll just create live on it. What's your Periscope account details if anyone wants to follow you?
If you want to find me on Periscope, I'm at Net Designs, Nett Designs. It's like part of my name, so Net Designs. So go ahead and look for me on there, or you can search for my name too.
Okay. So could you just describe your design process?
Okay. Well, depending on what inspired me or what I want to draw or do and design. So if I'm doing surface pattern design or even graphic design, whatever it might be, it always starts with a sketch and getting my ideas out of my head. So it could be messy sketches and little writing and information and lots of arrows, and whatever's coming out of my head gets on the paper. And then from there, depending on what I'm doing, I might go straight to paint, or I might just draw it out. And if I need to draw out the elements, and then I scan those, bring them into Photoshop, and work out of Photoshop. I could be, in some cases, it could be just a line drawing, something really simple, and then I might have to be doing an Illustrator if it needs to be really tight. But generally, my stuff isn't that tight. I like to just kind of take it from paper and go to the computer.
Cool. And I should point out as well, there was a really good scope you did I think it was about 2 nights ago, where you were just showing a warm-up technique, which looked far better than something that was just for warm-up. It looked like it was something you could use where you were doing the different collection, the little making up a collection.
The quickie sketches.
Yeah, that was really good. So I'll share a link to that as well, because I think that's something.
Oh, thank
really
you.
Cool
I can do another one. Actually, it was just a little fun exercise that I do, and I'm like, oh, let me just get on and share this. And then 2 people on Instagram had showed me their work too. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, people were working, and people actually did it for themselves, and they were beautiful.
Yeah.
So that was so great, like, just to know that little exercise inspired other people to pull out their paints. And
you're very brave to do it as well, because I think it's hard. I know for myself, I intend to do more periscopes, but then I get a bit stuck. So I'm like, oh, well, what if it doesn't look right? I don't want to be broadcasting while it looks terrible.
I know. And no, trust me, all that goes through my mind when I'm doing it. Like, I absolutely kind of agonizing before I get on. But for me, and also that could be a great tip for people too. If you want to share, you're feeling the urge to share, and not just do it on a blog post or something, get your butt on Periscope. It will really break through some stuff. Seriously, it will break through your anxiety. It will break through your fears. If you're doing it, right? Like, you are on camera, you're live, and it really, for me, it helps a lot. And I know I've actually gotten on there when I was feeling kind of down, and I'm like, you know what will make me feel better? Again, doing the opposite of what you're doing currently, right? So I've used Periscope as a tool for myself too. And then I get on there, I'm making art, and I'm talking to people who are interested in it, and we start having great conversations, and everything's different. Everything's changed. And then I made something I'm proud of, and I was able to share and help someone. And it's always great when you're helping people. And I found that Periscope, being on Periscope and doing those little live videos, is just really changed my everything, my confidence, my ability to teach, and it's just really grown that so much more. So yeah, so get on live TV. You can do
You've
it.
You've been told get on. Okay. Okay. Can you tell me some of the highlights or any of your favorite projects that you've been doing recently?
Oh, okay. Let's see. Actually, I just got some samples the other day, and I pulled a couple out for you. I do a lot of chalk designs for a client I've been doing for a couple years now. So here's one I just got back. And it's just like a wood panel that goes in your wall. It's wall art. And so this is like something I do for them. They sell in retail stores here in the United States, TJ Maxx, Home Goods, places like that. Here's one for a wedding. So this one you can actually write on.
That's so cute.
So that one's kind of neat. Yeah. So it just kind of reminds you when you can keep track of when your wedding day is coming. So kind of fun. And then I've done some ceramics, some greeting cards. I got some other samples from some greeting cards. The holidays coming. So here's one. And then this pops out of the middle actually here. So it becomes an ornament. You can see it coming out.
Wow.
Yeah, and then there you put your picture. So through this company, you can customize it on their website and put your photo on it, and then send it to someone, and they can put it on their tree or in their house or whatever they want to do with their decorating. So yeah, those are some fun ones. And I just some other things I can't talk about, but and in my graphic design days, I also designed Barbie doll packaging. So that's definitely something I've always really, really been proud of. And I did an African-American doll line the last year I was there. And I'll send you guys over some pictures. You can show those. And that was really fun. That was a really, really special project. That was really, really had my heart. I love that one. So that's something I love to do. I did the packaging, the branding, the logos, everything. They basically give me a doll and work with a team and develop a story and then kind of bring it to life. So,
wow. That's so
cool.
And do you still have anybody on the big dream list?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm like an anthropology freak. I don't know if you're familiar with anthropology, but I love it. It's like it's just everything to me when I walk in that store. It just speaks to me. I think I love myself some like ethnic patterns and some really like worldly design and really funky, interesting things and handmade items. And I go in there and I'm just in love with everything. And so to me, that would probably be like the place I'd love to do some design for, whether it's bedding or ceramics or kitchen items, and that would be really great. I also really love doing apparel. I have a client that I do women's clothing for, and every now and then I'll do projects for them, and I really like doing textiles and apparel. So I think it's something really great about being able to see it on the body and see it move and be over again. So that there's something really cool about that. Yeah, so probably, I don't know, maybe even designing for like a big designer like a Tracy Reese or I don't know, a Kate Spade kind of place. That would be really, really fun. Yeah.
Where do you typically find inspiration for your designs?
Where do I find inspiration? I find it's kind of one of those things. You always ask artists that question, and they're like, "Oh, I find it from nature," and I find it, but it's true, right? Like we're always thinking about, like, we always see the world through a creative lens, right? I think we all do. If you're a creative person, that's what you do. And so for me, it's constant. I mean, I'm walking down the street, and there is this really beautiful flower bed that's on the side of, somebody's side of their house. I'm like, I will stop and look at that because it will be my Or, I go to anthropology and I wander the aisles and I'm just in awe of everything I see. Or I want to go inspiration shopping. So if I really want to see what's in the marketplace, and I like to do that, and also see what I can just get inspiration from that's out there. Because I'm kind of an information knowledge junkie. I like to soak up a lot of stuff. So I'll just go and I'll go to my favorite boutiques. I'll go to my favorite stores and I'll wander around and oh, I know this artist, and oh, look, that's really great, and what a great idea, and it kind of just gets my juices, creative juices going when I see a lot of really great stuff, tangible product, and then I'll go to the arboretum. We have an arboretum here that's amazing.
What's that?
It's beautiful. It's a ginormous, kind of like a park. It's full of all sorts of plants and trees, and they're all marked, and you can learn about them. They have peacocks running around, and it's really, really amazing. So I love to go there, and you can picnic there and spend the afternoon there. So that's just to be in nature and to be in an environment like that, you just can't be beat. So that's really amazing for me to get out there and just see nature, be in nature. And also just go on Pinterest. Pinterest always is a place, for creative ideas and inspiration. So, in the beginning, I think I got a little crazy on Pinterest. I was pinning when I first started. And now I kind of more use it as a tool, for projects. And also just, when I have a few minutes during the day and I just want to be inspired, why not? Pull out Pinterest, it's there, So I like to use that.
Cool. You sent me a really great shot of your of one of your bookshelves. So I'll be sure to share that as well. So you've got some good reading there. Yeah, this right behind you. So I have a lot of books that I like to collect and read, and art books and about business or about art in general, pattern design, and then I use as tools for me also for teaching and coaching too. So I have some really good suggestions for you. Okay, so I just want to ask you about, so we talked about your inspiration. What designers or artists off the top of your head do you think are particularly inspirational or have been inspirational to you?
Oh, okay. Vera Newman, I have to say I love me some Vera Newman. She is a 1960s pattern designer, and just her style, her it has this whimsical, carefree, of the time kind of vibe that actually is really, really on trend again. And if you see it, it's just, you'll know. It's just, it's awesome. I love it. It's graphic, colorful, and I think that really resonates with my work too. So I think that's why I'm gravitating towards her stuff when I do see it. Quite often here I'll go to a vintage store and I'll have some of her old scarves and things in there. So that's always a gold mine when I find that. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's a vintage Vera Newman scarf, So I love her. Another influence mine, I'd say, would be William Morris. He's actually on my bookshelf right now. And I used to write for a major design lifestyle blog, and I did a whole thing on him because he's definitely a big influence of mine. I just love his intricate pattern work. He was such a pioneer at the time, and in the Victorian era where it was all about, he started basically one of the pioneers of the arts and crafts movement. So that was just, I love anything that's groundbreaking, right? That's just really a pivotal time in design and in general. And he did furniture and he did textiles and it's just breathtaking to see how they did it back in the day, especially when they just had very basic equipment and tools, and how they just brought and made these incredible pieces. So he's definitely on the list for me. So I say between him and Vera, I think it kind of encompasses a lot of the things that I like to do, in terms of like more intricate design and then things that are just more graphic. So yeah, those are mine.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely.
It's been an absolute pleasure to have you. If you just tell us where people can find you if they want to follow you.
Okay, you can find me at JeanettaGonzales.com, and that's my website. And you'll find everything there for my, artwork and portfolio and my coaching information. And I'm on social media, so I'm on Instagram and Periscope and Twitter, and I'm at NetDesign, so NETTDESIGNS. You'll find me there as well.
Brilliant.
And I just opened a Snapchat account, so you'll find me on there too. I'm still like a Snapchat newbie, but yeah, feel free to find. I'd love to have more followers on there and more people that I can follow too. So, yep.
Brilliant.
That's where you can find me.
Okay, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. This has been fun. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.